On one side of the table, we have the Nerf Doomlands Holdout. Pretty solid for a single-shot Springer. It's got traditional operation, good ergonomics, and primary level performance. And then, on the other side, we have the Jolt. Now, it really only does what a Nerf blaster needs to do, and it fires off a single shot. Nothing else. However, it's got some really small size, and it's great for a concealment blaster. However, which one of these is better? The answer may not be as obvious as you may think. Hey guys, Sir Mike A here, and today we're going to be comparing the Nerf Holdout to the Nerf Jolt. Let's get into the video. So, if you've been following along on this, series, then you're going to know that I've been consistently using a certain format. First, I'll go over the similarities, then the pros and cons of each blaster. I'm going to be keeping that format up for as long as I have 1v1 comparisons. Anyways, let's get into the video for real now. Starting off with the similarities, first off, both have a T-style priming handle. This is a priming handle that you wrap two of your fingers around and pull on to prime. Then you're ready to fire. Second similarity, both of these are single-shot front loaders. So you just load in one and only one dart into the main barrel, or the only actual barrel on the blaster. Then you prime it, and then fire. This would help if I had a dart loaded, but whatever. And finally, ergonomics. While I personally think the holdouts fit me more, the Jolts aren't that bad. I personally think both of them have somewhat decent ergonomics at least. But yeah, that is it for the similarities. Now let's get on to the pros and cons of each blaster. Cons of the Holdout. Its size. This is pretty big for a single-shot blaster, and I've seen smaller blasters get similar performance like the Triad. Only reason why I don't go buy one of those is because they're not available in stores anymore. Bummer. However, I could just order one online, but, I'm gonna sleep on that, so, yeah. This thing is pretty big for a single-shot blaster, even if it does perform at primary level performance. Second con, this grip is not for everyone. I mean, I love it personally, but, you might not. And by that, I mean, there's a good chance you won't. So, yeah. That is the cons for the Holdout. The first con is going to be the size. Yeah, when you compare it to the Jolt, this thing is like twice the size of that. And both of them are single-shot Springers. And it doesn't exactly matter if this has 70 FPS because, if you just throw in an upgraded spring for the Jolt, you can get the same thing for a smaller platform. I have not done that yet because pretty much all my modifications have gone wrong so far. But, I really see no reason to not get a Jolt. And, if you just don't care for the Holdout and you prefer to mod, then I really see no reason to not get a Jolt and an upgraded spring and then just throw that in there. So, yeah, it's a pretty big platform, even for what it's getting. Secondly, the price and what you're getting. I know I said that on my pros list, but, you're also not getting much. Because, this thing comes in around $10, I said. However, because it's no longer available in stores, it's gonna cost delivery taxes and whatnot. So, yeah, that also raises the price. And some stores are even selling it for like $30, which is definitely way unfair even for what you're getting. Even if you get a unique scope and a couple darts included. Yeah, that's an unfair price for this. However, that is pretty much the only con I have. But yeah. Let's get on to the pros of the Jolt. First pro of the Jolt, its size. If you want to conceal carry blaster, then buy this. This thing is the smallest you can make a blaster. I mean, well, not the smallest, because the community's made some smaller blasters, but You know, if what you want is a traditional feel and you don't like to mod, or if you don't have the expensive tools for modifications, then yeah, this is as small as you're going to get a stock blaster for. And another pro is the price. This thing can come for around like only $5, maybe $6. The most expensive I've seen them come for is like $10. However, with the new Alpha Strike Stinger, you can get them for $3 each. And I have never seen that on a Nerf blaster, not even the original Jolt. So, yeah, price is pretty low, especially for what you're getting. A very small conceal carry blaster. Next pro is the somewhat solid ergonomics and very traditional feel. Yeah, I definitely love the feel of this. I mean, this grip could be improved. I guess it could make it a little bit more like the Holdout grip, but then they'd have to make it bigger and all that nonsense. And it just feels very traditional. You cannot mess this up. But yeah, those are the pros for the Jolt. And an honorable mention, very lightweight feel and very light operation. It's very easy for even a child to operate this thing. And, you know, it's no harder for them to hold it, of course, because this thing is crazy small, therefore crazy light. Pretty much no mass on this. But yeah, that's it for the pros. Let's get to the cons. Okay, first con, and probably the only one, is performance. Yeah, this thing kind of lacks in performance. You can throw in an upgraded spring to, you know, get it to perform like the Holdout. However, I do not have any upgraded springs, and I do not plan on modding anytime soon. I might get a long shot package and modify that, but other than that, yeah, I'm gonna stick with the stock Jolt, because pretty much all my mods have gone wrong. And a stock Jolt only performs at around 55 FPS, which is pretty low, even for a secondary. So, because of how small this thing is and because of how low it performs, I can't even call it a secondary, more like a tertiary. But thankfully, its size makes it very easy to carry 2 or more of these in, I don't know, a hoodie pocket. But yeah, those are the cons of the Jolt. Now, let's get into which one you should buy. So now it's come down to which one should you buy. The Holdout with its increased performance, or the Jolt with its smaller size? The answer is, I won't recommend one over the other. Yeah, I know that probably didn't come as a surprise to you. I've said this before in my videos, but they both have their time and their place, and they're both good. Now, I know I called the Jolt bad in my quote-unquote review for it, but that was entirely biased satire that wasn't even done right, to be honest. So, I don't know, I'll probably redo my honest review, because I'm going to be fully honest, that review was not true. But, yeah, the Holdout is good for those who like power but don't like to mod, and for those who like more than getting the blaster itself and nothing else. And the Jolt is good for people who like to be able to conceal their blaster for game modes like Murder Mystery. So, yeah, if you're the killer, you obviously don't want to look sus, and the Jolt is great for not looking sus. But, yeah, I'm really not going to recommend one over the other. They're both good, and if you're asking me, which one should I buy? I will leave that decision entirely up to you. I really cannot recommend one over the other. So, yeah, that is it for my comparison video. Thank you all so much for watching. It's been Sir Mike A. Peace out.